Hello and welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I wanted to share with you this new gardening glove that I've got on my hands. Yes, they look kind of ridiculous, don't they? But you can probably tell that there's some functionality behind these gloves. Well, first off, they are waterproof and puncture resistant, which is nice, so you're not hurting your hands when you're out in the garden. But what really makes these unique are the digging claws that are at the tips of each finger. What a creative invention, huh? So you can use these to actually dig into the soil. If the soil's loosened up a bit, if it's a gardening bed, this is going to work great. Or if you're planting seeds, you want to scrape a few lines to drop some seeds into, these are going to work for that too. Check it out. So here we are over at one of my raised bed gardens, and the majority of the plants have now expired for the winter. So we're going to do a quick cleanup using these gloves. Just going to pull out some of these older plants here. So when you're just doing general tasks, you hardly notice that the fingers are even extended. Just feels like a regular glove for the most part. Okay, but this is where they really come in handy, is if you want to do some weeding, just get down a little bit deeper into there. I mean, things just pop right up. So this is very ergonomic. No added tools needed. Just come out, loosen your bed up, and plant your next crop. All right, so in just a second we cleaned up the bed using the gloves. Now let's say you want to plant some seeds in this bed. Well, you can just easily make your trenches like so. And right now, here in the middle of fall, is a great time to be growing some nutritious greens over the winter and into the spring, throughout next summer as well. So I'm going to be seeding some of my perennial tree collard and tree kale greens mix. Going to overseed right now and thin out the healthiest plants for later. Lightly cover those seeds. And we'll let the rains that are coming in water those in really well. But overall, I'm very impressed. Very functional. These are cool. Wish I knew about them earlier. That being said, Christmas is coming up. Could make a great gift for that gardener in your life. If you're interested, check the link below. Got 3 pairs for $9.99 right now. I'll also drop a link to my perennial green seed mix that I'll be offering for a limited time. As you can see, we've got some beautiful perennial greens just exploding with growth here as the weather cools down and the rains come in. And once you get some healthy plants like this growing, not only can you collect seeds from it, but you can take cuttings from the plant. As you see, we've got these new shoots starting to emerge right here in the crook of the leaf. Well, we can cut this off and plant it out and produce an entirely new plant, an exact clone, a replica of this mother plant here, which is amazing. We'll just take a cutting real quick. Then we'll come over here to the opposite side, the neighboring hugelkultur. And again, look how easy it is to dig into the bed with these gloves. And we'll just plop that right in there like so. No rooting hormone necessary. Just doing it this way gives me about a 95% success rate. Now, if we do get down to those lower temperatures, I'm going to protect this with a little protection cage with some plastic around it. Just put a little greenhouse dome around this plant. And sorry to all my international friends, but right now I'm only able to offer seeds to folks located within the US mainland, contiguous United States. I do appreciate your interest. That's how it's got to be at this time. And just check out the beauty of this particular variety, another volunteer, which is what happens with these plants. If you live in an area that you can overwinter kale and grow these perennialized, then what ends up happening is they're going to create seed pods and drop those seeds. And you're going to notice a bunch of little sprouts coming up and new varieties forming all the time. I've got patches of these greens growing everywhere, and whenever I find an exceptional variety, I take cuttings, I propagate it out, and allow it to start to cross with the other amazing varieties that I hold on to. I found they also work wonderfully when servicing your worm bin. Let's check out the bathtub worm bin right now. With the cooler weather, I got my seedling heat mat in here to help keep temperatures stable. Let's see where we're at. So you can see I stuck a temperature probe into the bedding of my worm bin here to monitor the temperature, and we're at about 64 degrees, just about perfect. So the seedling heat mat has created a nice little warm pocket here for the worms to continue to survive and thrive throughout the winter months. Ideal temperatures for most composting worms like red wigglers is going to be between 55 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So 64 degrees is just about right, but these gloves are going to be great for servicing the worm bed as well. See the activity we have in here. Very lively. Now let's take this probe over to the other side of the bin that's not being heated and see where we're at. So you can see over here, hopefully you can see, we're at about 57 degrees. So getting really close to the colder end of where the worms remain active and alive. So seedling heat mat for the win, gardening claw gloves for the win. And you know, it's persimmon season, so I gotta harvest while I'm out here. You know you've reached a certain level of success in your garden when, no matter what time of year it is, there's always something you can harvest and enjoy, eat, while you're out in your garden doing a little bit of work. So strive towards that. Try to get one thing done every day in your garden if you can. That's going to get you to your goal a lot quicker. You'll be happy you did. So that's going to do it for now, my friends. Just a few gardening updates and offerings. I am working on a couple different projects I'll be sharing with you really soon. Some experimental things that, as far as I'm aware, have never been done before. So should be interesting. Hope you stay tuned for that. But you can tell, since my last update on the $250 2-hour build greenhouse here, I've installed several different shelving units. So we're continually moving forward in this process of creating more abundance and growing over the winter using a greenhouse. So with that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com. Take care. I'll be talking to you soon.